What is up, guys? Zane Carver here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We're going to be on here a lot more often, so stay tuned. And I'm going to be explaining to you guys today why I haven't been on YouTube for the last 6 months, what happened to me, what seriously went wrong, how I could have avoided it, and hopefully help some of you guys along the way. But today, it's Saturday. We're going to get a nice little arm workout in today, and then tonight I'm going into the city for a birthday, so you know we got to fill up some sleeves today. But we're going to run a quick errand, get to the gym, and then we're going to chat about what happened with me, what seriously went wrong, and how y'all can avoid it if you are in the same scenario. Let's go to the gym.
Hey.
Huh?
Hey.
You know,
Honk.
with the herniated disc still keeping them, you feel me?
Honk.
Ooh, no pumpy, it's on the hammy. See that? Oh my god. Whew. Arms are done. 30 minutes of cardio on the Stairmaster is done. I think I'm done. Time for me to go get some food in. I'm gonna get cleaned up, gather some energy, and then y'all and I will chat. If you're training and you're not feeling like this after, I don't know how hard you're training. Think about that. I'll see you at home. All right, we're home. Gonna squeeze this in real tight real quick. All right, now I'm gonna sit my ass down. So we're gonna chat real quick about basically what happened to me over a what I would call 1 year span up to this point. But it was truly 3 absolutely nauseating months of my life that I feel I should probably come clean about. Let you guys know what happened, what I went through, and hopefully I can help some of you guys. So I'm gonna tell the story through some pictures that I have on my phone. Here is the start. It's March 13th. I'm a bit chunky. I'm trying to get a little bit of weight off of me, but still put on some size. But at this point, I'm starting my first cycle of testosterone. I've been on TRT for a year, or no, more like 8 months at this point, and I decided to go on my first cycle. As you swipe through, I'm starting to get a little bit leaner. Abs are coming out. My body's starting to take shape. Love handle's going away slowly, but you might notice there's a bit of acne popping up. About July, I start to see acne on my face, my neck, a little bit on my back. Nothing that I hadn't experienced before. Now here's the thing. I experienced acne all through middle school and high school. I always had acne. It was a huge insecurity for me. I had it into college. I had it after college. I'll put a picture here of what my face looked like the year after I graduated. My face. Just entirely just like acne for no reason. It was entirely frustrating. So it's not something I've never experienced before. And I say that to this point that maybe this is something I should have saw coming. If you do the timeline and understanding that if I started mid-March, now it's mid-July, I've been on for 4 months. I'm looking pretty decent, right? But 16 weeks of using a compound longer than expected, I should expect to see some side effects. My blood work looked good, my body was changing, I felt really good, so I kind of ignored it, to be honest. 400 milligrams a week, so basically I was going every other day. My blood work actually looked good, to be honest. If you look at my blood work, all my blood work looked good. There was nothing bad. But you'll see here, my skin really was starting to get bad on my back. Things are starting to kind of surface. My body, best it ever looked. Be honest, like this is the leanest with the most muscle I've had, about 185 pounds, best I've ever looked, and I was pretty proud of it. But it was hard to be proud of taking my shirt off when my skin looked like this. And I wasn't really understanding why. It's really stupid to look back and realize that I wasn't understanding that my hormones were so high, and it's obviously the reason why my skin is acting up, and I basically ignored it. And, you know, I've had acne in the past, I'm sweating a ton, there's got to be reasons why, other than the fact that I am using testosterone at a level elevated from what my doctor has prescribed, trying to get the most anabolic benefits from it. This is where it started to get bad. So here, I'm showing you guys this picture, it's on the screen. This, you guys can see I have terrible cystic acne starting to shoot up my neck, my back. It's even on my chest, and it's painful. It hurt to touch. I could feel it. I could feel it, like the blood pressure on it, the pressure against my skin. I could feel the tightness on my skin. When I trained, when I explained to you, it was the most painful thing I was experiencing. And I'll continue to go scrolling through here, August into September. You notice my skin has just absolutely changed. The texture has changed. I have cysts all over my back, all over my chest, and now even my shoulders. Guys, it got to the point where I couldn't train. I couldn't push against a bench. I couldn't put a barbell on my back. I remember I was training my friend Nick Megan, and the bar was on my back, and I was bursting. I was bleeding, and it's disgusting. It really is, but beyond being disgusting, it was painful because I could feel everything on my back just pinching. I'll show you guys here. I went and had a back facial, and the esthetician who was working on me basically said this is the worst she's ever seen, and she can't use a tool to open them up, so she's just squeezing them, hoping that they'll find their way through a pore. But because the skin was so thick that there was no way that the pus would find its way through. So she was just squeezing my skin and squeezing the cysts, and I was crying into the bed, and it was so painful. So some of the worst things I experienced were laying in bed was probably, beyond training, was the most painful part of my day, because laying on my bed meant I was bleeding and sticking into the sheets or my shirt. So I would be wearing, just a shirt I didn't care about, and I was ready to throw away as soon as it was good to go. But I bled into shirts, I bled into sheets, I got stuck to them in the middle of the night. I woke up, I got up like I was Frankenstein because I just didn't want to touch anything, and I got stuck to everything, and everything just ripped when I woke up. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I'd be bleeding. Some of the shittiest stuff I've ever dealt with. So when I would go to train, I would wear 2 shirts and a sweatshirt, and sometimes I would bleed through all 3. I avoided movements where there was contact with my back, and you don't really realize how many people touch you on the shoulder or dap you up and slap your back when you don't have this, but when you do, you notice everybody. And the amount of people that I accidentally shoved because they tried to do that to me, I actually felt bad. I was very defensive. I didn't want anybody to touch me. I wore big, baggy sweatshirts. I put a hood up and a hat on. I ignored people. I had my headphones in. I heard people talking to me, and I ignored them because I just truly wanted nothing to do with anybody. And it's not me. That's not who I am. I'm about as social as it gets. I talk to everybody in the room. It affected my mental health a ton. It's something that's tough for me to talk about, and I've spoken to a lot of people about it, and that's helped me a lot, but it was easily one of the hardest times in my life. So beyond sleep, beyond training, I couldn't wear shirts that I cared about because I was bleeding into everything. I ended up having to buy a pack of white shirts or black undershirts and wear those underneath the shirts I actually cared about. And thank God I work from home because I didn't have to wear button downs and go into New York City. But had I had to, I'd be bleeding through everything. Now the reason this happened, guys, looking back at all these pictures and understanding my story, I was negligent to the fact that people have taken testosterone for decades. I have acne-prone skin, and this is something I shouldn't have ignored. It was stupid of me to take it for as long as I did and ignore the side effects, ignore what was going on with my body. Now, in October, it got to a boiling point where I knew I had to do something, so I went to a dermatologist. I got an Accutane prescription. We did blood work and made sure I was healthy enough to do it. I obviously brought my testosterone down, went back to my normal TRT. The things I did to remedy my skin, used benzoyl peroxide. If you're suffering from any type of acne and you have oily skin, panoxyl, 4% is a little bit lighter, but 10% is probably good for chest, shoulders, and back because it's a little bit stronger concentration for thicker skin. I also used charcoal soap bars. Those are actually super helpful because they're very drying. As long as they don't have flavors, smells in them. You really don't want them textured. You want them to just be smooth charcoal. I'll link down below below an Amazon one that I bought that I found to help a lot, and I still use now just to continue to clean out my skin. Where I'm at now is I'm still taking Accutane. I have been for just about 4 months now. It's helped a ton. You guys obviously saw my skin in the training videos earlier. To some degree, my skin is pretty bad looking. It's tough to look at for me sometimes, but it's far in comparison away from where I used to be. So it actually makes me happy. I went through the toughest time in my life where I experienced an insurmountable amount of regret, embarrassment, frustration, pain, loss of self-worth, all of those things for months. I hid it from my work, I hid it from people I see every day, I hid it from family members, I hid it from a lot of people because I was embarrassed. Now I'm just about as happy as I've been in a very, very long time. And it's actually allowed me to have a different perspective on what I'm doing right now. Helping you guys, provide content, show you guys what I go through and how I'm coming back. This is the start of my story, truly, where I went, relearn who I am, you know, because who I am, if I'm not a bodybuilder, I at least love fitness. I love to train, I love to work out, I love to talk to people, I love to help people, and that's really all I really want to do. And for months I closed myself off from people because of what I suffered through, and now I can truly appreciate being in the gym, working out with people, teaching people about fitness, helping people reach their goals, and hopefully reaching my own. That's truly what I've learned from this experience, is to appreciate being in the gym, appreciate having skin that isn't covered in cysts, and appreciate having the health and the ability to do the things that I do and do the things that I love every single day. So, you know, if you guys can learn one thing from this, is that your hormones are nothing to play with. Anything that you put into your body is entirely going to be represented on the out, whether that be food, whether that be drugs, whether that be liquids. You know, if you're drinking, you're smoking, you're eating shitty foods, or you're taking any type of drug, at some point it's going to reflect on the outside. So rather than experiencing yourself, just learn from my mistake. Guys, whatever you're putting in your body, it matters. So take pride in what you do, take control of your body, and make sure that you are getting the proper guidance, somebody to lead you along the way. My advice to you guys is that whatever you are looking to pursue in life, make sure you get an expert to help you, and do not take it lightly. Guys, I hope you learned from this. I hope this was helpful for somebody, and if it was, I appreciate you guys coming. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you've had an experience like this, or if I just helped you, and please hit that notification bell, because we are gonna be putting out videos on a weekly basis. I promise you that. So I appreciate you guys coming. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.